And then I crush it, tell my girl why I'm so bold. Until she trusts it. I'm like the world inside a snow globe. Rap for the memory.
So the 14-year-old has a boyfriend. Same kid. 8th grade. They're both 14. It's amazing to watch. It's the corniest thing that I've ever seen. But it's 8th grade age appropriate, right? And so the other day, she comes down the stairs, she comes in the kitchen, and she announces that it's their 2-month anniversary. And now we have to do some things. We have to celebrate this 2-month anniversary. We have to buy a gift. We have to announce to the world that it's been 2 months. We have to celebrate it with each other. Maybe there's a cupcake. I have no clue because they have school. But to her, it's the most important thing in her life. And now I think back on my relationships, decades of relationship, right? Drama, problems, home purchases, car purchases, sicknesses, illnesses, death, movement, all sorts of things, job issues, everything. They're celebrating their 2-month anniversary, and the biggest thing they've done together is go to a Washington, D.C. trip with the entire school, right? They haven't done anything. And so what we think as adults is, well, if you haven't done anything, then you can't completely love this person. You can't completely be happy. Your relationship must be dismissed by the adults. It's a very dismissive relationship, and we have a very dismissive attitude because it's entirely impossible to be 14 years old in the 8th grade, been together for 2 months, maybe kissed on the lips, a peck kiss once, possibly twice, with butterflies and nerves flying all around. It's impossible for you to understand what love is and what caring is and what a relationship is and the gravity. So it's impossible and completely ridiculous for you to be celebrating a 2-month anniversary. 2 months? That's not even a thing. Anniversary is Latin for year. So it has to be at least 1 year. You can't have an anniversary at a month period. But we forget, if you're 49, you used to be 14. And what I realized when I was 14 with my girlfriend and people saying, well, puppy love, well, you don't really know, is that I loved her to 100% of the capacity that I could. And so my love at that point, at 14, was as deep as anybody else's, 75, 90, 100 years old. It was the same level of depth. It was 100% of the capacity that I could move, right? And so when I think about my kid, she likes or loves this kid to 100% of the capacity that she can. It's 100% of the experiences that she has experienced in her life that she's moving towards with this kid. It's 100% of the opening of the world for her to look at with this kid. She's never done anything deeper than this. So what he gets is 100% of what she can offer, which probably is more of the percentage than we give our spouses and our partners and our people at this age, because now we're tarnished and we've been burned and we've been heartbroken and we've been, what do they call it? We've been disappointed, right? And so I think that it's important and imperative for you as a parent to understand where they're coming from and then to celebrate what it is that they want to celebrate. I can acknowledge that it's only been 2 months. I understand that, but I can also acknowledge to her, it's the biggest 2-month period in her life. It's the most developed 2-month period in her life. And she's sharing it with this kid who shows up to the softball games on his bike. He's got a ride from one place to the next. He's got no car. So you show up sweaty, she's sweaty, and they're still just walking back to the car to get a ride from an adult home, But that's his sacrifice. What he has to give, he gives her. He tells her the other day, hey, listen, I got a lunch account, and if you ever don't have some lunch, let me know, and I'll take care of that for you. I'll look out for you. That's 100% of what he can offer. He doesn't have a job. He can't move her into his house. He ain't got no house. But what he does have, he gives. And it's important for us to acknowledge that, right? Is that love in all aspects is just given 100% of what you can give. And when you met your person, you gave 100% of what you had. And hopefully it's been years, you have these teenage kids. What you can give, the capacity of what you can give is greater than where you started. And it doesn't mean that you didn't love your partner at the beginning. And it doesn't mean that you love them more now. It means that what you're offering is more of what you can give. And it's important to acknowledge that, right? And I think that a lot of us just dismiss the idea that, puppy love, or, I'm better than you because I'm ahead. But somebody's ahead of us as well. And we look at our grandparents and think, oh, they've been together for 50 or 60 or 70 years. Isn't that beautiful? And then we have to realize that time is not a function of love. It has nothing to do with it. Nothing. It's an independent variable. Time will move forward as we perceive it, no matter what it is that you do. So if I love you at 1 month or it takes 10 years, it's irrelevant. When people say, oh, well, it's been 3 years, you should know. Who are you to say what my time period is and what my feelings are? Oh, it's too soon. They moved in after a month. And then these people stay happy for 25 years. So who are we to say that based on the time, based on the timing, and based on the age, you're not able, because it doesn't work for me, you're not able to love at a full capacity. You're not able to be planning on having a family. You're not able to move forward because you haven't decided whether you want to move forward with me. It's been 3 years. Shit, I get off the pot. I need a ring. Really? Maybe he's not ready for that. And I think punking a dude into being married is probably a big mistake. But I digress. What I look at is how this kid looks at my kid, how she looks at him. And it's with this awe-inspired newness, right? It's with this feeling of, isn't he the greatest thing? I mean, in my world, is he? He's a good kid. I like him, but he's not, I don't love him. He's not my 2-month anniversary. I didn't even realize he'd been coming around for that long. So, okay, here it is. But she has. The other day, the school goes to Cedar Point. It's like end of the school year celebratory trip to this amusement park. And she comes home with this big old pink stuffed flamingo or whatever it was. Oh, he won this for me. Now, I remember how special that was. I remember, oh man, I'm gonna win this girl this thing and she's gonna love me. Or, you're the girl, oh, look what he did for me. This is what he can do. She doesn't know what a credit score is. She doesn't know what a pension means. She doesn't know any of that stuff. She knows what she knows. And what she knows is when you're 14, if you offer to buy me lunch at school and you win me a pink flamingo, you're the most amazing person. If you ride your bike to my softball game to watch me play and not talk to me and have to sit in the stands and talk to me, you're an amazing guy. That's what she knows. And that's not what her mother knows. Her mother knows if you go through IVF and you wake up from the surgery and your dude is still sitting there, he's solid. If you need a house and he can give you multiple tens of thousands of dollars to get into a house, he's solid. If you move across the country to participate in my life, he's solid. Well, this 14-year-old kid can't do those things because that's not part of his 100%, but it's part of mine. And now if I only offer lunch and a pink flamingo, and we understand that's 1% of the capacity of what I can do, then those acts from an adult, they are dismissive. They are silly. They are minute. But that's not the case for somebody 14. That's not the existence. And I think that it is imperative that we remember what it was like to love a person at 14. It is a soul-opening, awakening, emotionally lovely experience. And rather than judge and rather than give them the negatives and what to look out for, oh, it's going to end, it's horrible, just ride the ride with them. Just let them feel it, because eventually it will be horrible. We all know that. There will be a dark side to it. There will be that breakup. There will be the depression that comes with that. And then we'll, as parents, have to deal with that. But why ruin what it is that they have. And eventually, like I've said before, she knows the questions to ask. This boy's going to come over. What are your grades? What sports do you play? That's pretty much it for 14. You know, where do you live? What do your parents do? What are they all about? But eventually, the questions get deeper because the capacity is bigger, right? Eventually, he may have some children from another wedding, from another marriage before, and I'm going to have to ask, what kind of parent are you? But that's not what's happening at 14. What's happening at 14 is just this little piece, but it's 100% of that little piece. And let's just acknowledge that. And maybe give 100% of what you can accomplish to your partner. And maybe, just maybe, you'll have that 14-year-old magic back. Try it. I don't know. Anyway, have a good day. Talk to you soon.
Long road to defeat, so my quest is find a hero in the mirror and arrest his dreams and his ego. He defenseless. Say the party for the guest list. Ain't nobody wanna test this. It's my illusion when my chest is feeling low and deflated and defeated where I hide this.